right, so today we read Exodus chapters 12 and 13, and I'm just like the prior chapters, I'm seeing a lot of parallels. We all know that the Passover was kind of the foreshadowing of the Messiah coming to be the final Passover sacrifice for all of us, for all time. And so that we all kind of know that. And then it's interesting, when I was reading that in chapter 12 towards the end, it's saying that there is a way that foreigners and people who are not Israelites can essentially be kind of folded into the Passover. So I think that's also foreshadowing that, initially God gives the laws and ordinances to the Israelites, and then Jesus comes and he offers salvation, and he expands that to everyone. So, and it does say, when God makes his first promise to Abraham, that it's going to be for all people, and that his descendants will be like the stars in the sky, or like grains of sand covering the earth. And that is, I think, him not directly but indirectly saying that all people will have access to what God is offering to Abraham, and that is through Jesus. He doesn't say that at the time, but we know that. So that was pretty cool. And then in chapter 13, it talks about the Passover and all of the requirements, and then it gets into when they're in the wilderness and they're there for a very long time, and then God sends a pillar of cloud to lead them by night, and a pillar of cloud to lead them during the day, and then a pillar of fire to lead them at night. And I always think that's really cool to imagine, because God is always leading us, so this is just like a physical him leading us, or him leading them. So there's so many parallels and messages in scripture that we can kind of take for our everyday life. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about today. I would love to hear, if you're inclined to comment, what stood out to you and what you're thinking about. But looking forward to continuing our study, and thank you so much for joining. Have an amazing day.